Hello, comadres, and welcome to the Full Moon Report in Aries. My name is Marlene, your resident moon goddess, and as always, it is amazing to share space with you. To all the supporting comadres, thank you for always being here. And for anyone that's new to this, hi. I am usually here twice a month, new moon and full moon. So check us out. You can join us live. The Zoom link is usually in the events tab in Mighty Networks. So we would love to have you live. And we usually have a cool question and answers after the report that is completely private and intimate for Las Comadres. So if you're here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. So full moon in Aries, yes. And basically, this full moon in Aries is in 27 degrees, and it is about forward movement. We have had a lot of Libra energy, and the sun is still in Libra, and there's definitely a lot of energy, Libra energy still going around. But we are starting to get a little bit of balance now with this fiery Aries moon. So we just got off of a Mercury retrograde on Monday, and we are now moving forward, and this full moon is bringing clarity as to where we need to go. We have been through so much. It's almost like the entire trajectory from the Libra new moon through this now Aries full moon. We have gone through all these experiences that we have gathered new information. We have learned about relationships, about our relationship dynamics. We have learned a ton about Libra's shadow side, which includes people pleasing, difficulty to be honest and say your truth, toxic relationship dynamics. And these things may have come up during the retrograde. And these retrograding themes are now coming to a closure. It started going direct on the 18th with Jupiter, by the way. Jupiter now is going direct as of the 18th as well. And now we are moving forward through the shadow period, getting ready to really move into the spaces that we desire. With Aries, the theme of desires and wants is very alive and important. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it is the I am presence. It is you. And, we're going to get into the Aries themes a little bit later, but through these Libra themes where this full moon is opposing the sun, we have dealt with, that we went through the shadowy side of Libra. We have also healed through healthy boundaries, hopefully. As these themes started coming up, hopefully you started placing healthy boundaries, or at least starting to think about how you're going to place these boundaries. I try to talk a lot about boundaries in this space because I am a true believer that a good relationship has very clear and healthy boundaries. When these things are clear and on the table, there's no need to worry about these themes anymore. There's really space and room to create really good relationships. So we've learned that, and we've also, found ways to authenticity, yes, but almost like shutting down others, shutting down the opinion of others, shutting down what they think when it hasn't worked for us before. And then from that space, finding that authenticity, which is really what Aries is all about, the I. Now, Jupiter, as I mentioned, is now going direct. And that could also feel overwhelming. Monday could have been an overwhelming day for a lot of us. There is a lot of energy and expansion when a planet like Jupiter stations and goes direct. And with a Mercury retrograde that was also going direct that day, that could have been an intense day where all of these themes maybe started to bubble up and then find a culmination where all of a sudden it is released now into some clarity. And that is maybe what the full moon has brought. Now, some of us may have already been feeling this kind of release. Remember, with the full moon, you can feel the energy 3 days before or 3 days after. New moon too, but the full moon is more of that expression of illumination, culmination. So with that light that it brings, what from those themes, retrograde themes that you've been through, was finally just highlighted and released. You know, honor these things, acknowledge these things. Don't let them just pass by. You've worked for that release. You have adjusted yourself, made yourself uncomfortable, and now healed through that. And that means something. That means something to me, and it should mean something to you. It should mean something to all of us. So if those feelings kind of came about within these days, and by the way, the full moon was just exact at 10:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right now we're in that really intense full moon energy as I'm doing this report, if you're catching us later. So, full moons are intense to begin with, but with all of this retrograde stuff that has been coming up, and then the moon itself is squared to Pluto. So is Mars, by the way. And it's squared to Pluto, which could be super intense. And Mars is, of course, opposing with the Libra Sun, this full moon. So it's really pushing forward. It's almost sitting like behind the Libra Sun, opposing this full moon in Aries. And it's really sending that message that it is giving us that push, that nudge to, although things may look like it's not completely clear or completely looking the way that you want, if there is a burst, not impulse, burst of energy where you want to focus, this is a great full moon to just cut out whatever has not let you do that in the past and look towards that. Now, it's very important because we say look towards things, make a goal, set a date. And sometimes these things can create anxiety. And yes, we want that new beginning and that freshness that Aries can bring, but we want to do that in a way where it doesn't get triggery. Because with these aspects of squaring Pluto and opposing this hard opposition to the moon by Mars, which is also squaring Pluto, it could be an impulsive, triggery kind of energy that comes through today. Excitement, but excitement that could, watch your words, watch the agitation. Some of us may not be sleeping today. Some of us maybe can't keep our eyes open, but kind of allow for this energy to take you where it wants to take you. It could be fiery, it could be frustrating, it could be anxious, it could be abrasive. So before you move forward, check in with the body. Check in with the body, see how it feels. Where is it still maybe holding on or agitated or frustrated about something? Allow yourself to release these things within the next 3 days. Allow yourself to get really, really clear, honest. Remember, with that Libra energy, it's hard to be honest. Be honest with yourself and others. If it needs to be said, and you care about the outcome of the relationship that it needs to be said to, then find a diplomatic way of being honest. Now that Mercury has gone direct and it's a shadow period, maybe it's time to start maybe cultivating that conversation, seeing what comes up there. So this full moon can activate a return to you. It could feel like returning to home a little bit, or returning to your authenticity, to your truth. It could feel very exciting. Use the momentum that you're feeling, and see if you can balance out with some Libra themes so that you don't get into the agitation portion of it or in the frustration portion of it, because it's very important that we stay calm. It's been crazy. I know it's been crazy. Comadres, it's been crazy. I know it. And we're almost there. Almost. But before I let you go, I want to talk about desires. And I wanted to say that desire is a big theme around Aries, and our allowance to have these desires. There's shame around wanting and desiring for some of us. And we may not consciously be aware of it, maybe hold it in our body, or maybe we are consciously aware of it. So work through these themes. These are the types of themes that it's good to journal. Like, what do you desire? And then allow yourself, without guilt or without shame, if even for just the moment, allow yourself to just put it all on paper. So thank you, Comadre, for everything, for being here,